My name is John Fisher Ndego. I'm a teacher by profession. I teach at St. Aloysius Gonzaga Secondary School, Nairobi, one of the Jesuit schools in Kenya. I have been in St. Al for quite a number of years, and I'm one of the pioneer teachers who introduced AHAPPY program in the school after very intensive training of over 1 month. And currently, besides teaching in St. Al's, I also coordinate the programs of AJAN, HIV and AIDS prevention program for the youth, a program that is mandatory for our Year 1 and Year 2 learners because of its past successes in helping us to deal with the challenges such as teen pregnancy, such as drugs and substance abuse. And we also use in the past successfully to empower our girls, particularly when faced with issues to do with premarital sex. They've been empowered to say no and make right and wise decisions. I've journeyed with AJAN for quite some time now as a trainer, and currently I'm in Nyahururu, journeying together with prison officers and catechists on issues touching on AJAN HIV prevention program for the youth. Because most of these catechists and prison officers work with young persons under their care, it's always good to empower them with the right information regarding HIV and AIDS prevention, and of course also to deal with factors of vulnerabilities that make it quite easy for young persons to engage in premarital sex or to contract the virus. Things to do with drugs and substance abuse, how to deal with issues of peer influence so that they can be influenced positively by their peers. So here I'm here to empower the officers and those whom they work with the right information so that when they go back, they are better placed to offer the right information and deal with the challenges that they're facing in handling young persons under their care.
The work you do is great work. And that work is for the church. That work is for the church. And if it is for the church, me as a bishop, sincerely being the leader of that church, even the bishop and other bishops, being the leaders, you are great corroborators of that work. And we appreciate that work that you do. You corroborate with us. You are great agents of the church and great agents of the message of salvation, the message of love, the message of hope to those who have no hope, to those who feel unloved, to those who feel that those people outside there, they are enjoying what we ought to have been enjoying. But you give them hope. We are grateful to you all. We are grateful to you and the work you do.
I'm Lilian Wambui Wawero, currently working at Naivasha Women's Prison, and I've also been interacting with AJAN since 2019. That is when we started the trainings, and we started the trainings in Nairobi, where we trained first of all the young people in the different stations in Nairobi region, and we trained some of the catechists and the chaplains. I work as a chaplain, and my main work entails spiritual or pastoral counseling, but I also do quite a lot of psychological counseling because I'm a trained counselor, and this has helped me in the process of training. The organization came about having taken part even in the strategic planning of AJAN, and that is where we started thinking about how we could do more in the prisons. And at that juncture is when we sat with the management of AJAN, and we thought of how we could reach beyond Nairobi and reach out to many more. And so we had the opportunity of the director together with Pascaria visiting our chaplain, the director who is in charge of the Kenya prisons, Father Peter Kimani, and that is where they sat and looked at the way forward with AJAN in the Kenya prisons. And after much deliberation, of which Father Kimani kept in touch with me, and we looked at who are the people who could benefit outside Nairobi, and we thought of why don't we reach Rift Valley. Rift Valley in itself is a large region, and we just felt that we needed to look at how we can support the chaplains and the catechists who are working in the Kenya prisons so that they can reach out to others. When the planning started, it flowed actually from the head office now to the region office, where we have the region chaplain, Father Paul Mirengo, who took up the preparation for this particular training. And so it is from him that he picked the names of those who were to be trained, and then sent back the names to the head office, to Father Kimani, who now made the communication to the different participants to be here today.
My name is Father Paul Mirengo, a priest of the Diocese of Nakuru and the chaplain at the prison. In the prison, I'm the regional chaplain of the Rift Valley region, and my main work is to coordinate the spiritual work in the prisons. I ensure that prisoners are instructed in catechism and other programs that we have in prisons, as well as the rites, the sacraments. They are able to receive the sacraments and other formations in catechetical formation, and also in behavior change programs. So I collaborate with the catechists that we have in the prisons, who endeavor to ensure that our prisoners are well rehabilitated.
The program was very insightful to me because it made me to think of my environment, to look at the environment where I live and consider closely how needful I am, especially in the wisdom or the information that I got from the training. Now, going back to the area where I work, there are people who are living with the conditions, and these conditions may spread, again because they are human beings, and human beings live in different dimensions. So these people, going to meet them today, what would I do different that maybe I've never done? The AHAPPY program informed me about identifying problems right from the root causes. Now,
as a trainer, I feel we have equipped them with the skills that were quite helpful. I also want to appreciate the co-facilitators that we have worked together, because every person was quite active and supportive to each other as we continued with the training.
Discrimination, because probably is disabled. Yes. That person, when is discriminated, what happens? Is not born. That person is hurt throughout his life.
Specifically to this training of prison officers and catechists, the feedback has been quite overwhelming in terms of the right information we are given in regard to the fight against the virus, and generally how to be good Christian leaders in their respective areas of work. So that has been quite positive and impactful, particularly from the feedbacks I've gotten from a few individuals I've interacted here. So I think this training is coming at the right time, particularly when we're dealing with a completely different generation from ours. Because at the end of the day, such kind of interactions help them to guide the young ones so that they make the right choices in their lives, so that they can avoid things that may impact negatively in their future lives, particularly when they want to settle down either in work or in married life or in different professions.
They will be able to be of great help in assisting and journeying with the persons that are in prisons that are living with the HIV. And again, there are issues of mental health among the prison staff and also the inmates. And with the resourcefulness that our catechists have gotten, they'll be able to journey very well with both the inmates, the staff, and also the members of the families of the staff members that live within the environs of the prison. So I believe that they will implement this and they will be of great help to the people that they minister to as the pastoral agents in the prison.
You know, your apostolate is very unique. Your apostolate is very unique. Whatever you do, you know, you are serving people who may have lost hope. Yeah, there are those who may have even life imprisonment. Yeah, others are there by mistake. Allow me to say that. They never did anything, but they found themselves there. And I know as you interact with them, you come to realize, you know, the work of a catechist, and in general, the work of teachers, and the work, when we are doing even social work, may it be the nurses, even them. I always said one thing, that when you are doing that work because you are serving people, you don't do it for what you get. Do it because you are serving God. Because if you do it for your salary, you never have joy. But if you do it because you are serving God, you'll get out of joy. When you assist that prisoner, and despite the fact that he or she is on life imprisonment, but he feels that he is cared for, that he becomes a good Christian. And I'm always impressed even when they go ahead, even whether they are very active in the church, we find them even producing some songs, having even groups within the church. That is your joy.
Well, I think the program was very holistic because it touched on quite a number of areas that are very pertinent for the prisons. As I said, it is like it was tailor-made for the prison programs that we have in our correctional institutions. However, it is my feeling that issues of mental health should be more emphasized, such that when these catechists and the chaplains are in prison, well, most of them have basic training in counseling, but with more emphasis on that, they can be assisted on how to handle persons that have mental issues.
My parting shot is this. It is good to journey with our young boys and girls very closely at the moment and guide them appropriately. Far much better than trying to mend broken men and women in future. Thank you.
Instead of helping someone by treating fruits, the things that we really see, we need to go deep into their lives and understand why are people living like this.
If I look at this training we try to church, we have been trained all rounded. Because all the way from the societies that we have come from, all things that we have been taught here are the things that exist amongst ourselves, our families, and even the environment concerning as far as the prison is concerned.
It is good to take those weaknesses and use them as opportunities. Thank you so much, AJAN, for bringing this program to Nyahururu, and to our fathers for your humility, accepting as the South Rift teachers so that you can receive the teachings. Yeah.